Studio Ghibli, Studio Ghibli, Studio Ghibli. Everyone these days is obsessed with turning their photos into Ghibli-style art using AI, and yeah, it's trending everywhere on the internet. So I had a genius idea at 2 a.m. Why not use ChatGPT to build an entire game? And not just any game. Let's give it that magical Studio Ghibli glow. You've probably already seen people using ChatGPT for everything. From doing their homework, writing recipes, making diet plans, convincing their crush to reply? Maybe.
Emotional, damn it!
And yes, even coding. But today, we're pushing it to the edge. Can ChatGPT actually recreate the legendary Flappy Bird in a magical Studio Ghibli style? Let's find out. So I quickly launched a Unity and created a new project. And the first thing I made was a donut. Okay, not really. I meant a circle. As you know, in Flappy Bird, there is a cute little bird you control to dodge incoming pipes and fly as far as possible to score more points. Well, for now, I've temporarily replaced the bird with this very artistic looking circle. Then I rushed straight to my coding buddy, ChatGPT, and asked it to write me a super cool script to control the player. And boom, within seconds, ChatGPT come up with script and also explained exactly how to use it step by step. Like, seriously, ChatGPT responded faster than my fries order on a lazy Sundays. This AI might actually be smarter than me. And that's kinda terrifying. After that, I quickly created a C# script in Unity and named it Flappy Bird Controller. Then I simply copied the code ChatGPT generated and pasted it straight into the script. Next up, I followed the steps ChatGPT suggested. First, I added a rigid body 2D component to our player. Then I attached the Flappy Bird Controller script to the player object and assigned the rigid body to it. Now, if all this sounds like tech wizardry to you, don't stress. Just ignore the fancy terms. This video is not for overthinking. We're just doing exactly what ChatGPT says. Simple. And the moment I hit play on the game, boom, it actually worked. Like, what?
Oh my god! Wow!
After that, ChatGPT even broke down the full Flappy Bird gameplay for me, telling me exactly what scripts we'd need to complete the game. Our bird controller was working perfectly, so now it was time to build the obstacles. I asked ChatGPT to generate a script for an obstacle spawner, something that would spawn obstacles at regular intervals during the game. And once again, ChatGPT delivered a pretty awesome script, complete with clear steps. Then I also got a pipe movement script made so that the pipes would move toward the player just like in the original Flappy Bird. Both scripts ready to go, I jumped back into Unity. First, I created a new script for pipe movement and pasted the ChatGPT code right in. Then I added a simple square object to the scene, tweaked its size a little, and bam! It started looking like a pipes obstacle. Next, I turned that pipe into a prefab so we could easily reuse it in the game. I applied the pipe movement script to the prefab. Then I created another script called obstacle spawner, pasted the ChatGPT code into it, and set it up in Unity by creating an empty game object named pipe spawner. I attached the obstacle spawner script to it and assigned the pipe prefab. Now it was time to test how the obstacles would work. And wow, it actually worked. The pipes were spawning and moving, but they were a bit too close together. A few quick tweaks and boom, our obstacle system was complete and looking awesome. Now, just like in the original Flappy Bird, every time you pass through a pipe, you earn a point and your score increases. So obviously we needed a scoring system too. Well, I didn't make it. ChatGPT did. I simply asked ChatGPT, "Hey buddy, can you give me a script for the scoring system?" And guess what? It did it again, along with detailed steps like a coding chef handing out a recipe. So back in Unity, I created a script called Game Manager, pasted in ChatGPT's code, then created another script called Score Zone. And yeah, copied and pasted that too. Next, I added a square and make it invisible and placed it at the center of every pipe gap. That would act like a score trigger zone. So when the bird passes through it, player earn 1 point. And of course, we need to see that score. So I added a UI text element to the screen. Now the score updates leave while you're playing. But wait, what fun is flying if you can't crash, right? So with ChatGPT's help, I also added a simple death system. Now if our bird smashes into a pipe, it's game over. Alright, so our scoring system is working perfectly, and our bird now knows how to die dramatically on impact. But what happens after the crash? So I added a game over screen. Now the moment our bird slams into a pipe, game over flashes up, giving you the sweet option to restart and try again like the legend you are. At this point, the game is looking pretty solid. We've got the bird flying, pipe spawning, score ticking, and failure handled. But wait, Ghibli. Bro, where's the Ghibli? I totally forgot we were making this in Studio Ghibli style. This whole time I was too busy coding like a maniac with ChatGPT. But don't worry, now comes the magic glow up. The game still looked kinda plain, just like pizza without cheese. So I told ChatGPT I need a bird, but make it Studio Ghibli. And guess what? It actually gave me a beautiful Ghibli style bird. So good, I became a fan of AI all over again. Then I asked for a pipe, and yep, it gave me a magical one that looked like it belonged in a Ghibli forest. I removed the backgrounds, dropped them into Unity, replaced the boring circle with the bird, and swapped out the basic square blocks with the Ghibli pipes. And seriously, now the game looked wow, like actually wow, but something was missing, the background. So ChatGPT was like, oh, you want that too? Here, take it. And once I added the background, the whole game's vibe completely changed, from plain prototype to full-on Ghibli magic. Finally, I added some sound effects because honestly, without them, the game does not feel like the game. Then I also generated Studio Ghibli style button from ChatGPT to give the fail screen a bit of fairy tale polish. And it delivered like a pro UI designer from the spirit world. After setting everything up, the game finally looked like this. And I gotta say, I'm loving it. Honestly, I'm still shocked at what ChatGPT pulled off. Like, who knew an AI could basically be a full-on game dev intern? But hey, maybe you could have done it even better. So tell me in the comments, how would you use ChatGPT to do something crazy? Or better yet, what game should I recreate next with AI? And if you enjoyed this magical Ghibli-style chaos, let's build a community to make cool stuff with AI together. And I'll see you in the next wild experiment. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment.